All right, I'll say hey in a minute. Not that anybody's going to be here. Well, you never know.
He's there.
Nettie! Hey! Hello, everyone waiting. Hi, Nettie.
Hi,
How are you?
Nettie. Hi, Nettie.
Deb has joined us tonight.
Barely.
Well, it's nice to have you. Haven't seen you in a while.
Well, I haven't been streaming lately.
I know.
Been trying to catch up on some things and
That's good.
got a lot of new things to work on, so that's taken my attention.
That's cool. And
Yeah.
Gail's here. And Mariah's here from
Mariah?
PM Artist Studios. I was watching
Hi,
them
Mariah.
earlier
Mariah.
today. I just love watching.
I wasn't anywhere today.
I was watching them jelly print and talking about how many jelly plates we all have. And I think Ann Lawler
Lawler.
had 21 jelly
Oh my
plates.
goodness.
Oh wow! I have one and it's covered in paper.
Yeah.
I have two,
Well,
and
come
one of
on,
them doesn't
Carol,
work
get
half
that
the time.
paper cleaned off, will you?
I think mine
Becky,
needs
that's
to-
Deb. That's Deb, Nettie.
Hi,
that's-
Nettie.
Deb Farrell has joined us. Yeah, okay. I thought I heard her. I thought I read that right when she said 21. I thought that was hi, Janet.
That's a lot of jelly
That
plates.
is.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Well,
But I guess, when you get as professional as, PM Artist Studio and Ann and them, they've got multiple plates going at a time.
Right. Because they even wait till the next day to pull them, and
I know.
Well,
Me, I
can you
can't wait that
imagine
long.
what my plate would look like if I waited to the next day? I would never be able to get the paper off.
Right.
Well, I think the reason mine doesn't work very well sometimes is because it needs conditioned.
Well, I have a very
I've never done it.
difficult relationship with my jelly plate.
Oh,
I've tried it twice. I tried it once with Deb when we were streaming, and for 2 hours I've struggled with it.
And
then
how
I
about
did
when
it-
we did it and then I messed up and you did
you
good?
messed up, right? And then I did it again. And I promised everybody that they would never see me in a jelly plate on a live stream ever again. And I'm trying to keep to that. But I took a jelly plate, an 8x10 one that had bubbles in it, and I couldn't get the bubbles out, so I bought a new plate, and then I cut that one up into various organic shapes, but I didn't count those when I was counting up my jelly plates. I figured they didn't count.
And PM Artist Studio has their stencils too, which are pretty awesome.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
I
I-
love so many of them.
I have some
Mhm.
brand new ones of theirs that I haven't even done yet, haven't even used yet. I was looking through them the other day, and I thought, oh, I gotta do these soon.
Yeah, you got to get them
One
out. Use 'em.
day.
Yes. Hi, Sophia. Very lovely to see you. And Devin, good evening. Or yeah, it's evening.
Hi,
Evening.
Devin.
Yeah. Devin, yeah. And the phonies too. Yes. See, well, Sophia and those folks, and Devin, I see them over there. I lurk a lot over there, but I am a member of the Facebook group, and I have some foamies. I don't have any of their foamies, but I have some foamies, and I love them, and they are so much fun to use. But I had some foamies that are numbers, and when you look at them, face on, they look right, but when you print them, they print backwards.
Use the backside of them, Ann.
Oh, Marty, feel better. I'm sorry you're still sick.
Miss Sophia's not feeling well. She's headed.
Yeah.
She's gonna.
I was in bed this afternoon, so
Nettie above, please. Let me see.
I
Nettie above.
still understand.
What am I looking
And
at?
did you get her package?
Her package.
That's from Nettie. Did you get her package?
I haven't gotten my mail. haven't walked out to the box today. As of
Oh, shame
yesterday,
on you. Is it as far down as mine?
yes, it's actually further. No, just kidding.
Watch out for that ice. It's a killer.
Yeah, I will. It's Florida ice. We call it black ice. You can't see it, you know what I mean? And you can.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll check when the stream's over, Nettie, and I'll send you a message, okay? Right away. So, whoops, what did I do? Okay, all righty. I'm going to read real quickly. I have a tradition that we've started here. All I really need to know, I learned in kindergarten by Robert Fogel.
I'm going to mute.
Okie doke. And the name of this one is Bible Story. This is, I just read the first paragraph or two, and it's, they're all interesting. I say the same thing every week. As a former high school teacher, I am often invited to reunions. Sometimes the reunions are very private, one-on-one, as happened last week. While a student was in town for a class gathering, he called to ask, could we get together for a cup of coffee? I have something to get off my chest. His confession cleared up a long-standing mystery. In his senior year, he had called me at home on a Sunday afternoon to say that he knew I was a parish minister, and he had an urgent religious question to ask. Serious possibilities passed through my mind. Sure, go ahead. Mr. Fulgham, do you know how to clean puke out of a Bible? What? It's awful. I just can't tell you, but I've got to do something before my mother gets home tonight. I couldn't help him. There are some things not covered in seminary. I admit to being chicken-hearted. A prudent man avoids a mess like this. On Monday, I asked what was going on, but he said that I wouldn't really want to know. Now, 10 years later, comes the truth. His parents were away for the weekend, and he had done exactly what they told him not to do. Had some friends over for a party, of course. There was beer. Her girl drank too much, lay down on the bed in his mom's room, and tossed cookies. Trying not to throw up in the bed, she aimed over the side and hosed the nightstand. On the nightstand lay Mother's Bible, open. All evidence of the party could be cleaned up except the mess on the Bible. Desperate, our tragic young hero wrapped the evidence in a plastic bag. He buried it in the backyard. He bought his mother a new Bible and told some terrible lie about borrowing hers for a school project and losing it on a bus. She was really mad, but not nearly as mad as she might have been if she knew the truth. Who could handle his mom's wrath? She would never know, but he knew God knew, and he was sure God was going to get him. The experience kept him out of trouble in church for the rest of his senior year. Now, 10 years later, he still hasn't told his mother the truth. He still thinks she would kill him if she knew. It wasn't just any old Bible, it was the family Bible, passed down from his grandmother to his mother. And the Bible is still out there in the yard somewhere. Of course, he's forgotten exactly where by now, but he knew he would sneak home sometimes when his mother was away and dig it up. But, of course, he wouldn't be able to explain why the backyard was full of small craters. Well, I said, after laughing myself limp, the only thing I can do for you is to give you an example of the things adults and teachers and parents do that are just about as awful. At least you will know you have company. I told him my tale. The same spring, I had a very full teaching load. My classroom was on the 3rd floor, and the nearest men's toilet was 3 floors down. In desperate circumstances, one morning in the middle of a class, I excused myself, walked swiftly down the hall into a closet to use the janitor's sink. But the sink had a sign on it, "Does not drain." Panicked and about to explode, I used a plastic bucket that was handy. Snapping the lid on the bucket, I moved it into an art supply storage closet. I had the only key. Alas, the convenience of this solution to my problem was too easy not to use again another day. By the end of the week, however, I had a different problem: what to do with a bucket containing a rather amazing amount of urine. Late one afternoon, long after school was out, I tried sneaking down the stairs with the bucket to empty it in the toilet 3 floors down. I stumbled on the stairs and let go of the bucket, which sailed through the air, exploded like a mortar shell into the hallway. True. Disgusting. Yes. Stupid. Yes. Go ahead. Beat me up over this. A nice man like me. Tell me you never did anything dumb or gross in your entire life. Tell me you never had to clean up your own mess. Besides, what I did was not illegal, immoral, or a sin, just stupid. The Bible says those without guilt should throw the first stone. It took a couple of hours to mop up the mess and a couple of bottles of air cleaner to kill the smell. When people complained the next day that something awful seemed to have happened in the hall overnight, I kept my mouth shut and have until now. Welcome back to the past part of the reunion, the best part of the reunion. I said to the Bible barrier, where the truth can finally be told. Maybe someday his mother will tell him things she did behind his back. Then they can dig up the backyard looking for her Bible. Oh, I bet you we all have stories like this, possibly, maybe. I know there's many things I wouldn't want my kids to know. That's for sure. And, I often think about how little our children know about us before their existence, because they only know us from, the point that, we give birth to them. And depending on how old we are, there's a whole history prior to that, their birthday. And there's stories that can be told or not told. And so I often think about the other part of my life, sans children. And it's interesting life, to be sure. So today, I'm going to just do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but let's just take a tour around the table, so to speak. And I'm going to bring in Carol and make her big-ish. Let's see if I remember how to do that. So we can have an update on Carol's beautiful encrusted.
Well, I did this part today, and I did this. I did put the numbers and the little lines on the clock. And then down here, I did a netting stitch, and then I did some bullion knots, and then I used some of my tatting, and I made it into an owl. And I added this. I think that's about all I did. It was a very kind of quiet day today. So, but yeah, that's just all I did. I didn't do anything else.
Now, I see some around the seeds, the seed stitches. There seems to be some red stuff. I don't recall seeing that before.
This?
The green seed. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I added little bits of bullion knots here and there and in here.
Okay.
And here.
Okay. Because
How do you remember all that?
Huh?
How do you remember all that? I work in sporadic, like moving a lot. Like I add here and there, and I don't really think about what I'm doing. I just kind of like put stuff out there and then add to it as I go.
Well, I'm kind of shocked that I remember too, to be honest with you. But that red, when I looked at it, kind of from what it looks like little strawberries.
Oh, it's just a chain stitch with a pearl cotton.
Yeah,
and that's what it was.
Okay, you got the red in between the green seeds. That's what I'm pointing to.
Here?
Like you can see me. Yeah, there.
Oh, yeah, that's this.
Oh, okay.
That's this stuff, and it's like a variegated, and it has white, like a yellowish ochre, and then a deep red. And as you go, it changes color from the as it goes. And then when I had this extra red, then I added it here, and that's what I used here for the netting stitch. And it just changed all on its own with the colors.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I just thought, oh wow, that looks like an owl. I need to give him big eyes.
Okay. It does, yeah. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Hi, Teresa.
What's Deb up
And,
to?
Intuitive. Hi, Kimberly.
Trying to get rid of some of my paper.
And let me
So
make
I pulled out
drag you
all
over
these.
here. To
I
the
pulled out all these tags that are halfway made and put them together with other things like this, so that I can work on them. So right now I'm gluing things together, and then I'll go back and embellish and what have you. So I'm using up cardstock that had been pre-cut. I'm using up jelly plate stuff, roll-off stuff that was already started for tags, and I'm using up these I think they're Tim Holtz cards
Oh, okay.
that I have a stack of. So I'm just trying to get some stuff out of the way, mostly.
Yeah,
Too
okay.
much stuff.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Brenda asked, what's Deb's username? Deb Farrell. Kimberly typed it in for you. Maybe
Oh, thanks, Kimberly.
maybe Janet can put your link in. Yeah, there it is. Kimberly did.
Kimberly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I haven't been streaming the last month and a half. So I'm just visiting today. Thanks, Ann and Carol, for letting me come by.
Oh, not a problem. More the merrier. I
There's
was
no
going to,
letting. You're always welcome.
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, if I go here, is that going to show all three of us? Yes. Okay. I was going to start going through some bins here and get rid of stuff because I don't know what's in them. You know what that's like? You put stuff away and then you don't remember what's in it. And then all of a sudden you go, oh, I don't know whether I want to throw that away. But here's an example of one of those. And
We can't see you. Oh, there you are. Okay.
you see,
We see your computer. We see your computer more than we see your test.
okay, I gotta.
What I did yesterday, Ann, that's why I have all. I decided to get rid of stuff.
Yeah. Is that better? Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Yeah, and this is just, I mean, how much bubble wrap do you really need? Oh, that's good. I'm glad you subscribed to Deb. That's super, Brenda.
Oh, thanks, Brenda.
So I don't, even though that's a neat kind of, but really, how much of this do you need? Yeah. There, I had to do that.
Well, if you want to make yourself bigger and make us smaller, then you could show what you're doing. And
What I'm doing is not that. I'm just getting rid of stuff. I don't need this. I mean, yeah, it's a circle thing, but I guess these were all mark making tools. And I guess, right? And I got some of this. There's a name for, the meshy stuff, right? And here's some more meshy stuff. I guess that's good stuff you can put on a jelly plate if you are so inclined, which I am not.
Oh, thanks, Brenda.
And then here's some more of this. Have to do there. And then I bought these at the dollar store. These were like the little puzzles for kids.
Oh, yeah.
Or adults, I guess. And I guess you can go like, and they have texture. And probably shouldn't. I could probably use those. Look, some sponges. I was going to do wonderful things. Whoops. Wonderful things with sponges. Not even opened. And one of these thingies. Art. Made by Art. And look, that gives you, I guess this gives you stipples. I should I should probably stamp some of this off anyway. I can. And then this stuff, remember buying this at the dollar store for $1?
What is
And
it,
then-
Punchinella?
It's a,
Oh. It's like a hot pad.
yeah. And I've got 3 out of 4 pieces of it. I don't know where the other piece went. But it's a honeycomb thing. And then here's a, ooh, look at
Submarine.
this. I know. How fortuitous. That's my new favorite word, fortuitous. How fortuitous. Serendipity. Yes. This is going to get stamped out in yellow. Oh, cool. I don't know. I don't have the other thing, though. No. There's a plane. And look what this is. I
Oh, a
think
toe thing.
Oh, thing.
Toe thing.
the one pedicure I ever had, I think. I think I've had 2 pedicures. I take that back. But that's, yeah, so this, I'm going to stamp that out. And then I bought one of those big sponges that you can buy at the dollar store that you wash cars with. Hi, Barbara Clark.
Yeah, those work really well for different things.
Yeah, but I don't know that I need all of this or not. You know, I cut them up.
I used to cut them in little bitty, like 1-inch squares, and stick them in a jar so that when I needed them,
Oh, that's
They
a
were
good
there.
idea. I have them cut up little over where I have all my inks. And then, you know, I have the bottle caps. Here's a bottle of gin cap. And a big circle thingy here. But you know what? I'm not going to save these. Because, I don't know, because I'm not. But they can't go out in the regular garbage. Well, this can. But this is, look, little sailboat too.
oh, cute.
So these are kind of cute. And this is one of those things you put down on your, so your things doesn't, you know, slide all over the drawer. It's a rubbery thing. That's
I have
cool.
so much of that stuff right there.
Do you have all this stuff too? I bet you a lot. How many of you
Some
have
of it.
any?
I have a lot of that shelf stuff
Yeah, this stuff.
because I
is
was going to use it in my kitchen cabinets. I hated it because you couldn't move a thing. Every time you try to put something in there, it would just stop and not move.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that would be horrible.
And it would get curled up. So it was a mess. I just took it out.
Oh, okay. Devin, she organized and put away some Happy Mail today and tidied up her room too. Hi, Penny. Good to see you. Yeah, I put masking tape on this, I guess, to get some texture. Well, I'm just gonna excuse the noise. My thought is I haven't used this since I put it in here.
Mm-hmm.
That's over 2 years ago. So my guess is I'm thinking I'm not going to be using it in the near future.
Well, if it's something you can easily replace, what's the sense of keeping it? If it's
That's-
something
that's
that you'll
what I'm
never get again, then that's a different story.
Yeah, no, not yet. All of this stuff is replaceable. Like these little things. Actually, I used those when I made those, when we made the tags last week. I forgot my grandson's birthday. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. That's
How
not like you.
I don't know.
Not like
Don't
you.
know how that happened. And my son didn't remind me. I mean, I guess he felt he would never have to do that. I found out it was his birthday because he posted a picture of, they were at a hockey game. And I said, oh shit, it's his birthday. And I made some little tags for him with his team logo. He plays hockey. And I made these little team tags for him, made them, I think I showed them to Carol, and didn't even, while I'm making them, didn't even cross my mind that it was his birthday. I went, oh my gosh.
Huh.
Oh, so, and I guess he said something to his father.
Aw.
And his dad said, oh, you know, Granny, they call me Granny Annie.
I think that's so cute.
Yeah,
Granny Annie.
that was my brother-in-law came up with that when he found out that I was going to be a grandmother. Oh, I'm going to call you Granny Annie. So that's what they know me as, is Granny Annie. So I forgot.
Sorry.
Is that an echo or?
No, it was my granddaughter sending me a text.
Oh, okay. Yes, Kimberly said, I said dollars, $, number act. Yes. Yes. So, but I guess I should save these. But look, what I wanted to do is, I don't know how many of you have these bins. I've got like a glass thing just filled with pens and pencils, and they just take up space on my work area. And I thought if I emptied one of these out and dumped those all in here, but then I'm just moving junk from one space to another space. But anyway, again, I don't need to save this or this. So I'm throwing that away. I don't really need that. Definitely going to save the submarine for sure.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
That's going to be part of the Beetle Journal. These don't really stamp that well, because I've tried stamping with them.
Did you
Yeah.
try stamping on the back with the back of them?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, if you wanted that, I could. Yeah, I have some paper here. I'm going to stamp out some of this stuff. I don't need this. I'm going to throw that out. And that's my problem. I throw stuff in things. No idea what that's to. Not a clue. Not a clue. And then you forget about them. You know, you forget about them. Sponges. I guess I'll put these under the kitchen sink. I've made cut Christmas trees out of those, and made nice little Christmas tree things. Oh, what's back here? Ugh. Ugh. Oh. Well, here's a calendar I made for 2021, and it's out of a CD case. And you print out the calendar, and then you fold this over, and it makes a little stand if you want a desk calendar.
Oh.
You see? Yeah, something like that. Anyway, don't need that. It's 2021. That's 2 years ago. That's the last time. So I can throw that out. I have an empty CD case. I store stamps in those. All right. Pedicure. Maybe I'll have another one someday. How many of you have pedicures?
Every 3 weeks.
Do you really?
Yes. I can't
Oh,
do it myself, and my toenails grow really fast. So when I go get my nails done, I get my feet done every time.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yep.
That sounds cool. Yeah. I had one. Yeah, I've had two. I take that back. I've had two. And I went with my daughter-in-law once, and then I went with my mom once. And, it was very nice. I think they massage your leg, all the way up your calf, and it's certainly not unpleasant. That's for sure. It's in that big chair, and
The chair's worth the whole thing.
yeah,
It feels so good.
I've got some tissue paper here. I thought I might stamp off on, and then maybe use it for other stuff. This is Dollar Tree, the tissue paper. I cut it up in 8x10 sheets, so for jelly plate printing. Also on that shelf, this is my bookbinding kit that I got at Amazon. It's got everything you need. And then I got this new bicycle case. This is a nice size, Deb. You're going to be making,
Is that like 6 by 8 or something?
yeah, yeah, that looks about right. 6 by 8. That's a nice size.
I think I have some 7-inch ones cut out.
Okay.
I think what I'm going to make next is a little triangle, little pyramid bags. They're so cute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got stacks of stuff over there cut out.
Okay, that's cool.
I like to do it that way. That way, when I have time, I can just go over there and
Mhm.
do a couple of them.
And the other thing I found up there is I couldn't live without this, and I think I've used it once. It's a wood burning thing.
Oh, yeah.
I've used it once.
Well, that's a nice little kit.
Yeah. And this has the,
Bye, Devin.
bye, Devin. Thanks for stopping by. And look, this has all of the little bits.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
And it came with metal stencils.
Huh.
Oh, I was trying to do some wood burning on a piece of wood. It's Amazon-y, you know.
Yeah, in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Well, I was just pulling stuff out over here to see what I could find, and I found an envelope full of old, well, they're printouts. I have a lot of old pictures from my husband's side of the family. So that's what these are. I just pulled out 2 of them to show you. This is him and his little brother, my husband and his little brother. And then this is his grandmother, my husband's grandmother. And I think no, that's her friend. But this little guy in the middle, he was I don't know if he'd be considered a midget or a dwarf. I think a dwarf probably. He was a photographer, and she worked with him and carried his stuff around for him and everything while he took pictures. So I think that's really interesting.
Nice pictures.
But I have hundreds of pictures of old pictures like that from the 1900s of his family.
So you have your own set of Timmy people.
Right, just exactly right. But I have Timmy people too.
Yeah.
Lots of
Yeah, I have
people.
Timmy people too in my family, you know. So this is what this looks like when you print it out. Kind of gives you a stipple. Isn't that the word stipple when you stippling?
Uh-huh.
Isn't that a pen you can stipple when you're? I think I need
So
more
that's
ink.
not a applicator. It's just to do that with.
I don't know. I bought this and it came with a whole bunch of what it says the art. So it's made. Let me see if I get more ink on it. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
I've got these group Timmy people,
Oh, wow.
and they're really big. I mean, they're wide.
Is that his newest?
I think it's fairly new, maybe last year. But they are pretty wide. Look at this one, how wide that is. Goodness sakes, that's
Oh, wow.
my measure. Can't find my measure under here. Let's see, that is about 5 inches wide.
Oh, wow. Well, I bought some Timmy people a while ago, and unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention to what I was buying, and I ended up buying chipboard Timmy people.
Oh. I wish they were matte. That's the only thing I wish was different about them.
And can you use the larger squares for each one of you? I don't think so when there's more than 2.
Let me see. Oh,
You
this
can make
is.
me small. I don't care.
Yeah, you can make yourself bigger if you want. Doesn't matter. I'm not doing anything they haven't seen before.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just printing. So it's not much going on. I can go to this. Let's see. I don't know that that's any better.
I don't think it's better.
No. Sorry, Barb. It's all the best I can do. You're just gonna.
Just make me small, make you big.
I'm not doing. Okay, I'm not gonna. Yeah.
Okay, whatever. You're the boss.
I'm just
You're the
gonna.
boss.
Okay, I'll do this. And that's it. We'll try that for a while. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try some of this now. Ooh, now it's getting interesting.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, look at that. That's a nice honeycomb.
I think I have that in my um, jelly plates. One of those.
I have a honeycomb, a legitimate honeycomb stamp, but this is kind of,
Yeah, I like that because it's nice.
it's kind of bold. Let's see. Well, I might as well just do this here. It's not what I had planned to do, but I guess, but really, do I need all of these pieces? No, I only need one piece. So we'll toss that. And then we'll do some of this. Let's see what we got here. Well, that's pretty cool. Get some little watches. I'd like to. I was watching someone do a whole very step by step, just a whole mixed media page of mark making. And I watch people do it all the time. And I say to myself, I can do that. But then I never do. And it always looks so cool when someone else does it. It always looks so much better when someone else does it. All right, I'm going to try adding some, let's see, red to this.
Oh yeah. You can always add red as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Not enough. It's a little subtle. Let's see. My inks are, when you buy all these little inks and you've got of course when I bought them, I bought them all, but then you can't buy the re-inkers for all of them. That's not practical. So you're probably better off just having a few. Now this size is great just for, rimming, just edging something, just going around the edge. But other than that.
So this is what happens whenever you're trying. What'd you say? What'd you say, Carol?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, this is what happens whenever you are cleaning up and you just throw everything in a drawer.
Yep. Now we got an echo, so I will put my earbuds in, but it may not.
Is it me?
I don't know. It's usually me. But it appears late. It doesn't appear at the beginning.
Ah.
So let me try. I have my earbuds here. Right. I don't know. And sometimes I'm the only one that hears it. So that even scares me because they'll go, no, I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything. And then I think, oh my gosh, am I hearing things? Ooh, I like that. Have to have more than 3, right, Barbara? I like this. This is really a good. There. Is the echo going?
I don't hear it.
Oh, Barb says the echo was when Deb was talking. I thought I'd heard it a little bit before then.
Blah, 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 blah. Did it echo?
I didn't hear any echo.
I haven't heard anything, actually.
You didn't hear anything?
Just then I heard something, I thought. I don't know.
All right. Not too exciting, but just wanted to. I was hoping to get rid of all of it. Jeez. And now I can't find the oh, there it is. Let's try the yellow submarine with yellow. And how many of you now humming? We all live in a yellow submarine. We can't sing that, can we? We all live in a yellow submarine. Yellow submarine, yellow submarine. Do, 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 do. I will be dinged. I will be copyright infringed.
Does it have to be more than a certain amount of time that it plays? I don't know why I think that or where I heard that.
I think you're allowed, what, 30 seconds?
I don't know.
That's what I was thinking too, but I don't really know either.
I did go back, and I was telling Carol the other day, I went back and looked at some of my earlier YouTube videos that I made when I was teaching. I would make videos for my lessons, and this is before COVID, before there was any long distance learning. And occasionally I would put little snippets in the lecture, and I got dinged for those. It said it wouldn't go against me, but I think, oh, can you see that?
Well, you just shouldn't be so dingy, Ann.
Yeah. Well, there was a scene in a NYPD cop show with Sipowicz is talking to his young partner, and he says, those who fail to learn history are doomed to repeat it. So I took that clip and put that in one of my lectures because I was teaching history at the time. And it caught that. It actually caught that. So someone was listening in. And then I took a clip from the HBO John Adams series where Thomas Jefferson is talking to John Adams, and they dinged me for that. I mean, they didn't ding me, they just copyright. And they're not public, those are private videos.
I bet you that paper ends up in your book somewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm liking that.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? Yeah, this should go in the Beatles thing, don't you think?
I think so.
Kind of got
an envelope
like
or something.
Bubbles or such. I think it would be fun just to have, even on plain paper, just to have the submarine like in a corner somewhere as like a little, or actually, I could carve a little stamp, right? I mean, this is a stamp, but I could carve a littler stamp. I like that. Yeah. All right. This is not getting thrown out. That's for sure. Oh, look. It went through. I could cut those out. How cool is that? How many? It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Surprise elements.
Yeah, look at that. I could take a pen and kind of scribble. Oh, wow. I'm not angry at that. That's for sure. All right. Wow. Now, I haven't done anything with the beetle thingy because I'm still thinking about the shape of the journal and the size of it. And again, I was thinking along the lines of the paper bag thing. And I'm not going to save this. This doesn't do anything for me. And,
I think that might be why I have all this stuff for a circus journal. But I have a lot. But I haven't I can't quite get it started. And I think it's because I can't decide on whether to make it really complicated or really easy.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about shaping it like a circus tent, you know.
Mhm.
That seems
Well-
very, very time consuming.
Initially, Popo had a great idea, and Azilla's a great idea. She said, why don't you shape it in the shape of a submarine? And I thought that would be really cool. But then the logistics of having the whole thing, every page shaped like a submarine, would be a little bit difficult. However, I was thinking of the actual yellow submarine.
Well, you know, you could make it.
But this
Whatever.
shape would be doable.
You could make it whatever shape you want, and then have a second cover that's shaped like the submarine that flips open
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
or something like that.
Have it cut,
Right.
and then. But this shape would be easy to, it's a little fatter.
Yeah.
Could do something with the little.
Not so detailed.
Well, then my thought was, if I use this, then I would have maybe a page that would kind of look like a porthole. And then the page would look like a porthole, and then you'd open it up, and then behind the porthole would be more of, beetle stuff, because there's other pictures of the yellow submarine that has their faces here and also has their faces here. And I saw that they actually have a yellow submarine Lego kit.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. How about $249? I don't think
oh
so.
my goodness.
And I think that's probably a really old Lego kit. I mean, I like Legos, but I don't know that. But that's a thought. And then I have a book, the anthology, Beatles anthology by the Beatles, and I've just printed off a whole bunch of those pages that'll be in the journal, where I'll put stuff on top of those pages. They will be like the background pages.
It's a good idea.
I have some of those. So but I really have. Whoops, that's really nothing to show you, because there's nothing in there. Whoops, sorry. Let's see. I got a picture of Ed Sullivan in the Beatles, and here's some other stuff. So these are kind of going to be pages, I'll cut them down, but they'll be in the background I'll put stuff on top of these pages. And then I have all the ephemera that I got. And I've got these little books on each of the Beatles that came in that. See, this, I could take this apart, right, and put that on a page.
Yep.
Because I bought a second pack of this, so I can use that. So this is what I'd had based on Becky's paper bag thing. I started. Let's see.
Are you still going with that?
I like that, because you have.
You still going with that format with the paper bags?
Yeah, and then because you have the big tabs. It's like, and then of course I would paint this or cover that, but then each tab would have, and this would go like so, and these are just some junk pages, some more stuff, and I think, here, look,
Oh yeah.
in this tag here, if I can get it out. Oh, it's in there. Come on. I've got some more yellow, and then I got the submarine on the other side of the tag. And then with each bag, you've got a pocket. So there's a lot of possibilities, and I'm figuring out ways of adding additional pages. They're kind of glued in under the crevices of the paper bag. So I'm working on it, and this is just a.
Well, you've really gotten a lot started.
Well, I've been thinking about it, and what I would like to do is I have to figure out, and maybe, throw it out to the group, is I would like to do the, what do we call it, Carol? The travel, the travel journal with the band. Is that what we, with the rubber band? Or
the traveler's notebook style.
Yes, because that way you can slip stuff in, So if I want to do that, then I'm going to have obviously something sturdier than a paper bag, right? To put the string. So I would make like a hard cover.
You could add on a hinge for it to go from bag to bag.
A hinge.
Yeah, like take your pages, your bags, right?
Uh-huh.
You have your bags together here. This is a bag and this is a bag. And then on the back side, or before you glue anything onto it, just hinge them, fold that in the middle out of, something sturdy.
Oh, okay.
Make a hinge and put this bag here and this bag here. And then when you put in to work on it, you have your hinge on for the back side to hold them together.
Something like this.
Yes. And then just glue a bag down or stitch your bag to it.
Yeah. And I would make this is just,
yeah, you could make that out of like cereal box.
Yeah.
Make them yellow.
Yeah. And then I could have maybe a couple of them.
And then you could have your bags going on each side, and then you could put them in.
And then I could have maybe one hinge in different locations of the overall journal.
You could have your bag, and then you could even have a tip out bag on the other side, like hinge, and then have another bag folded or over.
Yes. I like the folding out. I've got one page here that like this folds out, and so you have this. I can't see.
Yeah, Barbara says what Carol's saying. You can make them from cardstock or even Tyvek.
Yes, the Tyvek. I have Tyvek, but that's not sturdy enough. I don't think. I think I need.
Yeah, I don't. The bags are pretty heavy, so.
Yeah, but these are lunch bags, so they're not. I think I need like a cereal box as the with the, and then put the band or the piece. I don't think I would use I would use like a elastic, something that's not real. Because then it would be great. I can just slide this in, and I can just.
I think that would work out really great.
I mean, I could, since I have two of these, technically, I could glue this down, but I would much rather it be part of the turning, the turning of pages. And I have something like this. This is the membership card to the Beatles, and it expires December 31st, 1964. And this is the Cavern Mercy Beat membership card. And it has for official use only. This card is to be shown at all meetings attended to the door staff and also to the desk staff and any other club official on demand. A member who does not produce his or her membership card must sign in as a visitor. Ooh. Important. Handbags, coats, shoes, hats, umbrellas, etc. must not be left lying around the club under seats, in the toilets, or anywhere where you cannot look after them. Your property is your responsibility. Use the cloakrooms. That's pretty funny. That's serious stuff. And Christian name in block capitals. So that's how you're supposed to fill this in. Let's see. The Dollar Tree has these big fat, oh, those hair bands. Yeah, I know what you. And here's a map on how to get to the cavern. There's the map. There's the cavern. This is where they played. And there's the calendar. Forthcoming dates. A forthcoming date. And here's a place for autographs if you're so fortunate. And I love this company that makes these ephemeras. They even give you fake rust. They make the staples look old, and that's fake rust. Isn't that pretty cool? You can see the staples are pretty new. Watch out for announcements regarding Thursday evening sessions and Saturday matinees. That's right. So this I would stick like in a pocket, I think so. Anyway, that's the update on the Beatle scene, so to speak. And these ephemera packs, you can buy them on Amazon. They are printed in Edinburgh, Scotland, and they are, I think, $12.95. And you get a lot of stuff. And they have all different topics, not just the Beatles, but that they have. I've got one on the Titanic that is unbelievable. It has the passenger list and it has the menu for the first class dining and second class dining. It's pretty elaborate. So that might be another upcoming journal, one on the Titanic.
Get out of stuff. Amy thinks she's going to be in here crafting. I think I'm going to look for one on old movies because, I've got a lady wants me to do a journal for her daughter about old movies.
Yeah.
I know they have movie posters, miniature movie, little ones. But I wonder if they'd have one like that.
Which is interesting to me. No one has ever done like when I bought that Stamperia that Bauhaus pack of Bauhaus stuff.
Yeah.
No one's ever done anything like that for the Beatles, which kind of surprises me.
Maybe because of the copyright.
Well, I'm sure there's a copyright for the Bauhaus art, but maybe it's so expensive it's not worth it. But this has got to be copyrighted. This is the. Where is it? I did a journal for, I guess now going on 3 years ago. I did a journal for Defy to be auctioned off.
Has it been that long? Oh my goodness.
I think it's got to be at least 3 years ago. I could be. And I had one of their packs. This is what I had one of their packs that was the 1950s themed, but 1950s England, not 1950s America. So it had 1950 TV stars and movie stars. And so that was interspersed throughout that journal that I made. And this is Beatlemania. And the company, it's called Produced and designed by the Memorabilia Pack Company, Edinburgh, Scotland. $12.95 for the beetle ones, and I'm
How much?
$12.95.
Oh, I thought you said $4.95. I thought can't be.
No, $12.95. I think $12.95 is pretty good too.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's a lot of stuff. So hopefully by next week I will have done more stuff.
Bye, Gail.
Oh, bye, Gail. Thanks for being here. But I like those
Goodbye,
ideas,
Gail. Have a good evening.
and I think that's exactly do the hingy thing, and then I can add the other stuff. And this definitely has to go in the beetle thingy now, right? For sure. And the other thing I wanted to share with you guys is there was something in this month's Collage magazine that I thought was really cool. Where, I mean, it's nothing new or unique. Guy literally did collages on a deck of cards. 52 cards plus the Joker. And I thought that would be a great way of using up again little stuff, little bits and pieces of stuff. So this is what it looks like. And he did todo y nada, all or nothing. That's what it, that's right. I think that's, you're taking Spanish. Wouldn't todo y
Oh, I
nada?
haven't gotten to that word yet.
Todo, as in total, nada, all or nothing. And you can actually, he sells these for $25. That's a little, but anyway. But this is what they kind of look like. But I love this. I have to share this. I've shared this with some other people, but I love this collage this guy did with the cat. I think that's hysterical. And so I was going to do that. And then I came up with the brilliant idea of gluing or taping a bunch of cards together, right?
To make them thick, you mean? Or
Why don't you make yourself big so they can see what
Yeah,
you're
because it's hard
talking
to, I
about?
can't see anything.
Yeah, it's really hard to see your paper.
Okay, where am I?
Nope,
Is
you
that
made me big, Ann.
All right.
I'm big enough.
Where am I? Is that me?
Nope, one more.
No, that's Carol.
One more.
Yes, that's me. Oh, let me put my camera up a little bit. So what I did was I put 16 cards together. And then I used tissue paper. And then what I'm going to do is I will cut them out as individual cards.
Yeah.
And so I'm just gluing stuff down as I go. And when I cut them up, it'll just be wherever it ends up being.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. And I have this drawer over here that's just filled with, I've been trying to empty this forever. And I have a brand new deck of bicycle cards that I'm using. And bobby pins that I bought. And I was going to give them to Mary, but Mary said they were the wrong size. So I kept them for myself. And I'm actually using them as like paper clips. And they kind of work. So that's another thing that I was working on and trying to empty this bin of stuff and gluing it down. So I try to do that.
I
And
don't
I've
know if
actually
that-
made
was
a
that-
dent.
Did y'all disappear or was it just me?
No, you're here.
Okay, I had a black screen for a bit there. Could have been on this end.
Oh, okay. Barbara's moved to the living room where the cat and they will catch a cat nap together, and I can listen and comment till I nod off. That's what I do. Not now, of course, but I have all these tables.
We were wondering, Ann.
Yeah, I could fall asleep now. But so that's kind of the things that I've been diddling around with all week. I saw somebody make a scroll. You know, a lot of people do those snippet scrolls, and I saw they was it 49 Dragonflies, and that's Barbara of Barbara and Louisa, and she was doing a snippet scroll. So she was making snippets and then leaving a space and then doing another snippet. So, and then you could tear them instead of making one continuous kind of roll. She was doing individual snippets on a roll of, it looked like she was using strips of freezer wrap paper, maybe. And that looked like, you know, just make, no, not snippets, clusters. I'm sorry, clusters. I got to keep my crafting words correct. I'm constantly getting them. Is it a cluster or is it a snippet? And what's the difference between a snippet and a cluster? One's a cluster and one's a snippet. I have no idea.
I don't either.
And other people are doing those on the, the 100-day project. I thought I'd started a while ago. I guess there's a whole bunch of those. I'm working on the 100-day collage project. And that's where I'm going next. What a great segue. Segue. Which way? Segue.
I did actually make a, I'm going to call it a snippet roll, so you know what I'm talking about. A fabric one.
Oh, cool.
Well, that didn't work. It's over on the other side, or I'd show it to you.
Oh, okay.
I have a little bucket of, I'm going to call it slinky fabrics. You know what I mean? Silky, slinky kinds of fabrics. And I did it with that because I don't know what else I'm going to do with it. It worked out pretty nice. I just did it on the sewing machine.
Well, fabric would be cool.
I haven't done anything with it other than just the fabric part.
Huh. Well, Carol's been doing the collage thing too, and she started. And again, you can start anytime you want, but I know which one Barbara's talking about. And I saw someone else who's started. You know, I guess you're right. The 22nd would be right. They're into it about 3 days. The 22nd, which happens to be my grandson's birthday, which I forgot.
But you forgot.
I did make him a really neat pop-up birthday card, and I can't show it to you because it's in the mail.
That's a good thing.
Well, it should be in the mail. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, I can show you the envelope. I made the envelope out of a map of Kennedy Space Center. So there's and it's a pop-up. When you open it up, it's a piece of birthday cake.
Oh,
And with a 1 and a 2 for 12. But you have to look at it. Only if you look at it in one direction. Obviously, the numbers are backwards, so couldn't help that. Okay, so this is where I'm going next. Oh, oops. And I'm using Carol's black notebook that she so kindly gifted me. And shall we be a threesome again?
I'm not doing anything special.
Huh? Well, let's do this. I like this better personally.
Yeah, I do too.
The other's too narrow. So I'm working front, and then because this is not stitched, and we were just Carol and I are kind of debating as to when this is actually going to fall apart. So I went to the back, and now I'm doing 14, 13, 12, and then we'll meet in the middle. So, and I saw her do textures today, and I thought, oh my gosh, my textures are so uninspired compared to the textures that Froyley made on a stream today, or whenever she made it. It wasn't live, but.
Well, I don't think anybody should compare themselves to her. just being honest, you know.
No, I know. I agree. And I took I did more like pictures of texture things that look textury to me. But I did this, and I wove, and that's textury. I did some weaving. And that's definitely a picture of something that's very textury. And I love this. This is textury. Right? Can't get my camera there. So I was looking for pictures, and Beth saw a lady's face in this, and now I see it. I didn't see it the last time. And this is textury. So this was texture.
Hey, Becky.
And this is the last prompt is aerial. And I like to add like pictures that kind of like I put a big bumblebee here. So I'm on rainbow. Rainbow is harder than you would think it would be. Or at least I'm making it. So that's where I'm at. I'm working on rainbow. And you do 7 of whatever the prompt is. And Carol's doing 4 because her book only has 80 pages in it. So that makes sense. And this book has exactly 100. Oh, I didn't go through this. Oh, well, these are all stamps that I made. And I was going to throw these all out, but now I'm looking at them. I'm thinking, no, maybe not. Oh, look, there's the other piece of that. All right, I'll put this back. Oh, these are real light. I can lift these up. Oh, this is shapes. So for rainbow, I thought I would take a picture. I'd glue down a picture that had all of the colors of the rainbow in it, which this kind of does, right? You can see them.
Yeah, I think that picture's great.
What is it, Roy Gibbs, or what is the
Roy G. Biv.
Roy
G. Biv, B-I-V.
Okay.
Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet.
Okay, there it is. Okay.
That's the prism.
So I thought I would take a picture, find a picture that had like all the colors of the rainbow, and then find another picture that was one of the colors. So I was going to stick her here to emphasize the yellow. And then I was going to try to do that with all of the colors of the rainbow. That was my plan. And I found a piece of rainbow washi tape that I had peeled off. Someone had sent me something with that on it. And I, as a good crafter and hoarder, you have to save those things. You can't throw that washi tape out. That's against the law. Hi, Beck. and Catitude. And Becky is just chilling.
How you
Richard
feeling,
of
Beck?
York gained battle in vain, rolling on the floor. Such a British way of remembering. Oh, wow. Richard of York gained battle in vain. Oh, Lordy, that's it. Oh, well, America would have
Wow.
Roy G. Give, right? And you would have the Duke Richard of York. That's so funny. And you learned that even before you knew who Richard III was. Or the War of the Roses. Oh my gosh. Oh my, I love it. I love it. I love it. And there's another mnemonic for the planets too, which I can't remember now.
Oh, I don't know that one either.
I
I
can't
know there
remember
is, but
the
don't know
planet
it.
one.
Don't know.
But it is a great way of remembering stuff.
Yeah, but then you got to
My
remember what.
mother just served us 9 pickles.
Say, oh, come on. Say that again, Carol.
My mother just served us 9 pickles.
Just served us 9 pickles.
Yeah,
Uranus. Uranus and
Yeah.
Pluto. Yeah,
Cool. I
Oh
never
my
heard that.
gosh.
we learned that in school.
I probably did
So
too.
my
I just
very
learned-
educated mother just served us 9 pickles. Thank you.
I probably learned it too.
I was close for the spur of the moment.
I think that was brilliant. So we have, well, that could be Mars or Mercury, right?
It's in order.
Huh.
So from farthest away, no, from smallest to largest.
Smallest to
Mercury's the
largest,
smallest, right?
Yeah, I think.
Mercury, Venus,
Earth,
Earth,
Mars, Jupiter, Saturn,
Uranus,
Neptune.
Neptune,
Pluto.
and Pluto's no longer a planet. They deplanetized poor Pluto.
Well, that just
Well, they'll
can't
change their
happen.
mind next week, you know. They'll
It
change
Yeah, I
will
know.
always be there.
I know. How dare they just say, okay, you're no longer a
Can't
planet.
do that.
Yeah,
It's been there
Just like-
forever.
yeah. And they do that. They also de-saint people too. They take their
Yeah.
they take their sainthood away, I
Oh,
guess,
my
to make
goodness.
room for new saints. Yeah. Like Saint Nicholas is no longer Saint Nicholas. He's just Nicholas. He's not a jolly old Saint Nick. He's just a jolly old Nick. He's just a jolly old Nicholas. I thought, I'm not Catholic, but I always thought it was interesting that when they in the olden days when they would paint the saints, a lot of times they would paint somewhere in the painting where they appeared, they would include how they were killed, so you could identify them because I guess one saint looks like another, and so Saint Catherine, I guess, was killed on a wheel, like a wheel or stretched or torn apart or quartered or something. So on the Sistine Chapel, on the not the ceiling but on the wall, Saint Catherine's in Michelangelo's painting, and there's remnants of her in a wheel. So you could say, oh, that must be Saint Catherine, because I guess there's a very a book that has the lives, of the saints, and mostly
Fox's Book of Martyrs has a lot of that stuff.
yeah,
Fox's
how
Book
they
of
met their gruesome deaths. Well, Peter was crucified upside down. We know that.
Yep.
And, pretty gruesome stuff. Pluto is now classified as a dwarf planet. Well, is dwarf politically correct? Can you use the word dwarf? Or is he a little planet person?
Oh, my word.
Pluto and its lovely heart, yes. And then, of course, there's always Pluto, the dog. You can't forget the dog. Let's see. Fun fact. I have been to, oh wow.
Yeah.
Really?
What you doing?
So you personally know a saint. That's pretty cool. Well, I know there has to be proof of so many miracles, I guess. I can't remember now. I know there's a very strict criteria. And what is the name of your saint, Sophia?
No, go play. Go play. Go play. Go on. Go play. I hear myself in Ann's background.
Yeah, there's echoes everywhere.
Let's see.
That's okay. We can just
Ignore
ignore it. There you go. I saw all of this glassware in, I want to say Bon Appetit. I just thought they were rainbowy-ish. Because you've got the green, and you've got the violet, and you've got the orange. Don't really have the red. Here's kind of like the indigo blue. Yeah. They're pretty. It's a lot of fussy cutting. You can't remember? You must have been little then. You must have been a youngin' when you went to the canonization.
And she went to school, part of a worldwide Catholic educational order of nuns, and the founding nun was canonized just as I was in my final year. The order sent 2 kids from every one of their institutions.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Did you get to travel somewhere far away or fun, or?
They were going to Rome to see the Roman ruins. And then they were all set to go on the train to go visit the Pompeii.
Pompeii?
But the other kids wanted to buy ice cream. She was 16.
Oh, I would be so pissed. So ice cream won out over Pompeii? Oh, Lord.
We had a Pompeii, what do they call it? Exhibit. I get the word out at the St. Louis Art Museum last year or year before. Is that where we were? Yeah, I think that's where we were.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it?
It was amazing.
I mean, people are just literally frozen or melted in time. They're just,
it is.
Hi, Stitch.
Oh, hi, Pam.
I think that's where we were. Was at the art museum.
Yeah.
Well, that would be a logical place to host something like that.
That doesn't feel right, though. It was here somewhere in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Then we went to another place, about a year or so ago, and saw the Sistine Chapel. And I know you've been there and seen it real, but in real. What am I trying to say? In person.
In person, yes.
Grief. And all, but it was still pretty neat. It was not quite what I expected, but it was still really neat.
Yeah.
They just had it set up in a big room, and you would just walk down an aisle and look at everything, and then go around and look at it on the other side. And,
That's
so
cool.
It was a little different, but it still was pretty interesting.
It's something to see it for real.
I bet it is.
And we had this most unbelievable guide that literally just picked us up at the Vatican. My mother, I mean, I was 16, and my mom, it later admitted that she had no idea where we were. I mean, we knew we were in Rome, obviously, but she had no idea, what we were going to do. We left the hotel and we took a cab she said, take us to the, St. Peter's Square. And beyond that, she had not a clue as to what she was going to do or what we were going to do. And
wow.
never told me this. I'm thinking, wow. And the next thing I know, this little old Italian guy comes up to my mom and offers to be our guide. And my mom immediately said yes, which kind of surprised me because I'm thinking we're going to go off with this strange little old Italian guy you don't even know. But my mom didn't know what to do, so she said yes. Well, this guy ended up being a phenomenal guide. He took us places that the normal tourist would never be allowed to go. We literally took the elevator, the Pope's private elevator, up to his private apartment. We went into his private wardrobe where all his, robes are. We went into the private relic room, which was pretty gross. Pieces of nail and, bone and stuff. And then he got us tickets to a pontifical mass. And then he took us in. Here's a snotty 15-year-old, right? Took us into the private gift room where they had all these beautiful private gifts that had been given to the popes through the centuries, all encrusted in diamonds and gems and everything. And there was a priest with us that was friends of this guy. And I said to him, well, the Catholics, there's millions and millions of starving Catholics around the world. Why don't you sell some of this stuff and help out the poor Catholics?
Oh, my goodness.
And
I can just hear you saying that, Ann.
Yeah, I mean, made sense to me. Here I am, a snotty 15-year-old Lutheran, a Protestant is that, What the hell do I know what I'm talking about?
And they're probably saying, well, that's the Lutherans for you.
And he didn't blink an eye. He just said, you don't give away gifts.
Yeah. I'm sure they've had that question many times.
And well, I thought I was the most brilliant of all to...
well, look at all the stuff the royal family has, same difference. Same
yeah,
thing.
I know. Yeah. Let's see. Whoops. Safia said she smaller than I expected. The show or the actual thing, Stephanie G. Hi, Stephanie G. By the way. It was quite something. I still have a few black and white. My chat's bouncing all over the place. Oh, dear. You guys still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
There.
Safia writes a book.
Did she say black and white?
Photos of the forum. They did photography at school and had darkroom and could develop film with themselves. Her dad gave her an old 60s camera, black and white film. She took photos of Rome and also 2 school trips to Florence and Venice, and she was very fortunate. And she says, rolling on the floor laughing, Ann, and that was how Protestantism is started.
That's true. Absolutely. So, yeah, me and Martin Luther are right on the same page. Yeah. Yeah, I was very lucky. And then at the end, all we had to do, my mother obviously paid the guide, but the guide said to my mom, you just, give the priest some money for his favorite charity or whatever. So my mom, I don't know, slipped the priest a couple of thousand lira or whatever. I don't know. And then he would leave us for lunch, and we would go have lunch, and then we'd meet up again like about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And his cheeks were all rosy red, so apparently he'd had a couple of glasses of wine for lunch. I don't remember the guy's name, but how lucky that we ended up being. It was just, and it was John Paul the 23rd, Pope John. Is that right? He was the Pope, and it was a special pontifical mass for the farmers. So they bussed farmers in from the countryside.
Hey.
Thousands
No.
of them were jammed into St. Peter's Square. And then, the mass, and the funny thing about the mass, there was an Italian man that was obviously Italian, was standing behind my mother, right, in the cathedral, and he kept pinching her in the ass. She was not very happy about that. But when they carried him in on the chair type of thing, and he's being carried in by the Swiss Guard, the whole cathedral erupted. It was like a sporting event. They started screaming and clapping and yelling, "Viva la Papa! Viva la Papa! Viva la Papa!" I mean, that just blew my mind, because there was no standing in of that kind of behavior in a boring Lutheran church, for sure.
Yeah, the Baptists wouldn't like that either.
No, they were just so excited to see him.
I can say that because I'm a Baptist.
I figured that.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't realize, but there's
Right.
several. Yes.
Bye, Sophia.
Oh,
Sophia.
hi, Sophia.
Which way do you say it? Sophia?
Sophia.
Sophia?
Sophia.
Well, that
Or I
was
could
my
be
first
saying it wrong.
way to say it, and I thought I was wrong. Second guess myself.
Good night. Hope you're feeling better. That's right. That's how it's.
Yeah, she had also wrote that she had a tour of St. Peter's by a priest.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool
Yeah. I guess
to get
that's how.
different things like that.
Well, it wasn't until much later that my mother told me the truth about that day. And then he met us subsequent days. It wasn't just one day, and the next day he took us, to other parts of Rome. And then the concierge of the hotel we were staying at, he gave us a tour of Rome at night, which was really cool. I saw the Colosseum at night, and it's really amazing when you see it at night, because there's a gigantic white cross that's lit up at night. But I was lucky. I've told this before. My father worked for the airlines, so we were able to fly to Rome for free. Flew to London for free. And he worked for a cargo airline, but I don't know what he could have given somebody in exchange for that. He must have had something, and maybe they wanted to ship something, and he could give them. I'm sure it was some sort of. So I got to travel a little bit. Everybody still here?
Yep, I'm still here, listening to your stories.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess people, I guess photographers still use dark rooms, right? I mean, that just seems so. Does your does your
I,
daughter use a dark room?
It depends on if they're doing film or digital,
Yeah, that's true.
right? I have absolutely no idea, Anne. I'm just speaking out of turn.
Well, I know Carol's daughter-in-law is a professional photographer, right?
yeah, she does mostly digital.
Mostly digital. Yeah.
My brother used to do darkroom stuff. We used to go in and play in the darkroom all the time, helping him do his photos, hanging them up, and watching them come to life is pretty cool.
Isn't that the most amazing thing? You're looking at a piece of white paper and they put it in there, whatever that solution is, and all of a sudden the picture emerges.
Yeah, that was amazing to watch happen. Now people are lucky if they get to
No.
see and experience that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, my grandfather was an amateur photographer, and he had a dark room in the
Hey,
basement.
get out of there. Sorry, I'm talking to the dogs.
And I used to go down and watch him develop. And I guess now with digital, they can add filters and effects to
Oh,
the.
yeah, all kinds of things, let alone using Photoshop, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, Deb got me playing with my Procreate, and I'm gonna do some Procreate kind of psychedelic kind of stuff for background
Oh
for the
yeah,
Beatles thing, like little
that'd be
Peter
cool.
Max type of stuff. Well, I've imported the Yellow Submarine, which I painted in black around it. I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deb made some Procreate prints that look very jelly plate ish.
What do I do with those? I had them laying here.
And I like that because it's not messy.
Yeah, I like it too. Too much stuff. Are these the only ones I still have left? The other ones I've sent off already. So that these were. This is jelly plate roll off.
Let me make you big. Let me make you big.
Before you do that, I'm gonna go in and I will talk to you later and let you guys finish out the last half hour.
Oh, bye,
Okay, take
Carol.
care, Carol.
All right, bye.
Be good.
Bye.
Let's see.
So this is roll off jelly plate. It's got gold, so it's kind of hard to see.
Wait a minute. Wait. Okay. There.
There you go.
There you go.
But that's what that is. That's just jelly plate roll off, I think. And then it's stamped on the top. And then this one is the one I did on Procreate. These three.
Yeah, look at
I
that,
got some
folks.
others, but I don't think I have any of them left here. Oh wait, maybe I do. Nope. But it's really, and then these are stamped on. Just the images are stamped on. The rest of it was done in Procreate. It was really fun. I did some more, and after we talked about it, I also went and did some more, but I haven't printed them out yet. And the other thing is, if you go in and have one that you really like, you can go over to open like the bottom layer and open the layer and change the, what is it called? Like I want to say luminosity or something. There's a whole bunch of things you can change. And you go down there and you just click on each one to see what it does. And some of them you'll have the same design, but it will change the color. So you have done the work one time, but you can have 5 or 6 different ways to look at it. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
So I did some of those. I just haven't printed them out yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's just all
You'll
experimenting.
see it when you look at it. You'll see what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
And for those of you who are not familiar with Procreate, it's a app that runs on an iPad. I don't think you can run it on anything else.
Oh, really? I never thought about that.
I think it's pretty exclusive to an iPad, and it's incredible. Literally,
You can't run it on your iPhone?
I don't
I don't know.
think-
It just seems like you'd be able to.
Okay, an Apple product. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I could run it on my Mac unless I had a touch screen. I don't know.
Well, I have this old notebook is what it's called. It's an Acer notebook. And it's old, and I just had it dedicated to my old embroidery machine because it had to have a computer to run.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I put the embroidery machine away, because I got a new one, I decided, well, I'm going to take the notebook up and just use it in my chair because it's little and it doesn't take up a bunch of room. And there's room for the dogs to sit on me while I'm doing it,
Uh-huh.
Got to think of that. And so last night I actually went up there and was messing with it. I couldn't get online with Internet Explorer because it does not support that old of a system, and the Vista cannot be upgraded. So I had to go and download, what is it, Firefox, Foxfire, whichever way it's called.
Firefox.
And, Firefox, which I used to use all the time, but I hadn't in years. So I had to go download that so I could browse the internet, but it worked. So
Okay, that's interesting. So you could download the Procreate app onto an Acer notebook.
I don't know. I why did I say that? I don't know. It has absolutely nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Oh, okay.
But I thought about trying it, but it's just so old and it's Vista and nothing wants to work on Vista,
Right.
So,
Yeah, I would be. I'm pretty sure Procreate is just an Apple, and then maybe there's an Android version of something that's. But I could be wrong.
and it also won't work on something that is not newer, because it
Right.
would not work on my old iPad. My mini iPad is just too old. Nothing works on that thing, not even games. You can't even find any games that'll work on it because it's too old
Huh.
and it can't be upgraded. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like a paperweight.
Well, for those people that don't know, Procreate is an artist's app, and it's $9.99, and you get every color that you could possibly imagine, every brush or drawing thing that you can imagine, at your fingertips. I have an Apple Pencil. And a touchscreen. I bought and you can draw and you can import pictures and you can export them and you can print them out, and it's so hard to describe.
It's like Photoshop, but without all the rigmarole that you don't, for the kind of stuff we do, that you don't really need. Actually, is what I think. I have Photoshop 2007. But it's every time I go to use it, I have to refresh myself about how to use it. So, it's a little more complicated. This is not as complicated, but it has some of the same features that are really nice to have. I like it a lot.
And you can see, there's some of the digital art that, that's being produced. If you can get Dee Dee, to ask her and get her to show you some of the stuff that she's done on her Procreate is just unbelievable. She's
I'm not too good at it yet, but I am having fun with it.
Yeah. But for $10, it's a very, very robust app
I
and
agree.
program for sure.
I agree.
Okay, so this is what I did for Violet. I took this, again, another picture, and then I put this violet sulfur in the middle of it to be the violet for the rainbow. Oh, I did that. That's yellow. I got too much yellow. There's another yellow. This is just, yeah, this is more difficult. See, this has got the blue, the green, the orange, maybe some yellow. Maybe. This is pretty too. This has almost got all the colors, right? You got
yeah.
that's kind of reddish,
Uh-huh.
orange, green. Yeah, it needs the blue, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like the bright
No,
Crayola colors, you know.
yeah, this is kind of reddish, or this could be red and violet. But I could cut out this blue sulfur and stick it right here on the lawn because I like kind of doing that. But this is the 100-day collage challenge, not the 100-day project.
Something else,
Yeah.
Jill.
I think that is just what? Just do a little bit of art every day for 100 days? I
I
can't.
think it is, from
Yeah.
what I've heard. Barbara, you really need the pencil. It's amazing.
You can use your finger, you know.
You can, but it's not as exciting.
No, I was using my finger the other day, and Janet said, "Why aren't you using your pencil?" And I said,
No, that was me that said that.
I meant you said that. I mean, that's what I meant. Deb said, "Why aren't you using your pencil?" And I said, "Oh my God, I forgot." Yeah. So
I'm always dropping mine. Oh, then I have to
yeah, I have.
get up out of the chair, get the dogs off my lap, get out of the chair, go find it under the
Yeah.
chair.
Here's my pencil right up here. It's charging right up here. I bought it. My iPad case has a thing for the pencil. Do you have
Oh.
something like that, Deb?
Well, it's got the magnet at the top of the
Yeah.
iPad that the pencil sticks to.
Yeah, and this kind of this hard case holds that a little bit, so it's a little bit sturdier.
Yeah, mine just has a little flap that flips over it, so when it's closed, it's secure, but it doesn't have like yours. That's not what I want.
Here's the yellow submarine that I was messing around with.
Oh yeah.
I don't know that I'd want to print out all of that, and you can't see it because it's so washed out. But and it's got layer. I mean, there's so. I mean, I know nothing. I mean, it's just.
If you want to print it out, oh well, let's see. If you want to print it out without it being black, you have to erase.
Right, I can erase all of that. Yeah, and that's just a regular picture that I downloaded. But here's a piece that, again, it's all washed out. But here's a piece I did that would kind of look like almost a jelly plate, but you can have like the blobs, the drops, but you can print that out and use it as a background collage paper.
Well, I found out fast that there's a couple of different brushes that I really like.
And then then you can store all your brushes.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about getting some different brushes too.
Here's a colored in Zentangle I did a while ago, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Well, you can't really see it. So, but if you have an iPad or an iProduct, I think it's $10 well spent.
You know, I had it for a long time and couldn't use it because it wouldn't work on my Mini.
Oh, right.
And
yeah.
then when I saw you using it, I thought, oh yeah, I didn't get that because it wouldn't work. I'd forgotten that I'd even bought it. Just that it wouldn't work. So I was pretty happy when I found I had it.
Well, I'm pretty happy that you got the You got the iPad Pro, right? You got the big one, right?
Yep, I really like it. I got the 11, whatever that means.
I like mine too, and I'm having trouble with it holding a charge, so I keep on doing a hard reset. And I was talking about this the other day. I might have to get another one, but
You know, when this, not this last time we're in Mexico, but the time before, I got a bracelet. And this one I'm wearing. And I just noticed this morning there's a stone missing right there.
oh no.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know if they would do anything if I took it back in October, but it'd probably be too long. I'm probably just going to go see if I can get it replaced.
Is it a?
Just a
I mean,
tiny
is it,
stone,
is it a
little diamond.
oh, a little diamond?
It's just a little one, you know. So it shouldn't cost too much.
Oh, you're thinking you take it to the back to the pit place in there
In
where you
Mexico,
bought.
yeah, because I'll be there in October, but they probably won't do anything because it'll be so long, because it'll be from January to October.
But they might.
No, actually longer than that, because I didn't get it in January. I got it last October. So it'd be a whole year.
Well, they probably gladly replace it for you for a cost.
Well, they ought to, because we bought enough stuff from that shop between me and Olivia.
Well, they might give you a break.
Right. Well, I'm definitely gonna. Well, depends on whether I have it fixed, you know. I mean, it's not real noticeable. I noticed it this morning when I looked down, but it's not.
Now you're not gonna not notice
Right.
it.
Right. So, but I think it's not. I could wear it like it is for a while if I decide to wait, see if they'll do anything. You know, just irritating.
Yeah. Yeah, my mother and dad were on I guess, an Alaskan cruise, and she lost a tennis bracelet, one of those all diamond bracelets
Mm-hmm.
on the cruise. Oh my gosh, she was heartbroken. Never saw it again.
I was looking through my jewelry box the other day and I found one. And I forgot I even had it. I don't know how long it's been since I've worn it.
I have her fake one that she bought to replace the real one. I don't wear much jewelry. My mother had a lot of jewelry, and my dad had really good taste in buying her jewelry. And we had a jeweler that lived across the canal from us, and he was a true jeweler, you know, an artisan jeweler, where he made pieces, designed and made pieces. And my father, his name was Rennie Dumain, and my father had Rennie create many beautiful pieces for my mom over the years, just gorgeous, you know, arrangements and for various occasions. And when my mom passed away, the plan was I was going to sell the jewelry and you know, obviously split the money with my siblings, but who to go to and who to trust.
Yeah.
So I knew that Rennie at one point had been still alive, but when my mom passed away, I didn't know whether he was.
Hi,
alive.
Angie Brown. Sorry.
Hi,
Sorry,
Angie. Didn't
We've
see
just
you.
been talking so much. That's why.
Yeah. So I ended up contacting his son about mom's jewelry, and the son actually remembers working on some of those pieces with his father. So I took pictures of them and I mailed them to him, and he ended up buying pretty much all of my mom's jewelry.
Wow.
And it was so nice because he appreciated the work that went into them because his father had made them.
Right.
And then he was going to take them apart, you know, and then recycle them and make them into more modern settings. You know, they were beautiful jades and diamonds and emeralds and sapphires and stuff like that. And he was going to repurpose. So I felt really good about, you know, having that jewelry go, you know,
Right.
being recycled and used again. Especially with someone who knew the pieces and, obviously knew the man who had made them. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, Angie, I guess we just like to hear ourselves talk, and we haven't been looking at chat too much. Sorry about that.
Oh, are we getting in trouble?
Yep, we're in trouble. We're in the mushroom.
Okay. I'm sorry,
Put us
Angie.
in the mushroom.
I'm sorry. Oh, well. And my chat's not moving, and I don't have my iPad on my channel, and the chat in StreamYard is not moving. So
Oh, yours isn't?
no, in StreamYard, it's kind of like not moving. It's kind of stuck
Oh.
with Safia at 6:31. It's kind of, but we have to go anyway in a minute or two here.
Well, Ann, thanks for letting me hang out.
Yes.
I feel like I haven't streamed in so long.
Yeah. It comes back. Not that. So I guess we'll say goodbye, and thanks for everybody that stopped by. And I'm sorry if we were talking too much. It's kind of like we're catching up, even though we talk every Thursday. It was just like catching up on a different catching up.
A different catching up.
Yeah. All righty. Well, I'll see you all out and about on the internet and the webs and everything. And if you're not feeling well, be well soon. And if you are feeling well, then that's great too. So,
Yep.
So long, everybody. Take care.
Goodbye. Let's see. How do we do?